Hello everybody, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at all of my Lego CMF minifigures. So it's going to be a bit of a collection video. We're going to be showing off all the numbered ones and all the licensed ones. So let's get started with the earliest collectible minifigure I own. So this is the first CMF minifigure I ever got. It's just a spaceman, and I believe he was from series 15. And he is really detailed for our first CMF, as you can see. Got, oh, it's not focused there, got some arm printing. You can just see that a bit better there. Side arm printing, side leg printing as well. And as you'll see later in the video, there's a minifigure very similar to this one, which I'll compare to when we get to that minifigure. Also, open up the visor, you can see there's this guy here. Very nice beard printed on him. He's got his oxygen tank on the back. Sadly, there was no back torso printing on this guy. I don't know why they didn't include it, but I believe this minifigure came out 2015, because I think it was series 15, and I think that's when they were getting the years to match up. But considering this minifigure came out 2015, I think it's perfectly detailed. Next minifigure series we've got here is series 17. Now I actually have two of the ones from series 17. This was the first one. I got the Desert Warrior, and he's one of my favourites. It may just be nostalgia speaking, but I think this is a really cool figure. I really enjoyed the dual moulded boots on him like so. Also this stash going across his chest, the nice gold bracelet printing. And I remember when I first got this minifigure, I thought I could use this as like kind of a custom Gravis because of his head wrap here. But I do think he is just still a really cool figure. And then the next one we've got here is the Cyborg, who I also really like. There is also back printing on this guy, which obviously there wasn't on the last one. Also, the Cyborg, I don't believe she has any back printing. You can just take that off her armour. No, she's not even got any torso printing or back printing, but she's got this really big armour piece, which is really cool, as you can see there with the blue detailing on like that. So this side, there is side leg printing. It's just a bit of a chipboard detailing, as you can see there. There's nothing on the other side, but there is an arm printing on this side, with a grey hand as opposed to just a yellow hand on this side. I do really like the if one arm has got, how the left arm has no printing but the right arm does, and the left leg does have printing and the right one doesn't. I think it just blends itself really nicely into a really cool figure. And that's not even counting the face print as well, as you can see here, where it's just like technology has overcome one side, and also this really cool blue hairpiece. Once again, only one minifigure from series 18, and that is the cactus costume. That's because my cousins actually gave me this minifigure, and which I was very thankful for. There's no, I don't have the orange plate because I just got given the figure, but it is a really cool figure, as you can see here. The custom arm pieces are really nice, and not many others I don't believe any of the other ones we're going to see in today's video have custom arm pieces, which just, oh, maybe a few that you might see, but that makes this one just really special because of just, I think it's quite cool how our arms are stuck in the like cactus position. As you can see, a nice green torso, nothing too special. It does get covered up by the by this piece here, the actual cactus part. And just when it's blended all together, like even if you didn't want to display this as a figure, you could just put this like that in a regular desert, and you wouldn't really notice that it is actually secretly a minifigure. Here we have the minifigures I have from series 19. Now this is currently the most we've seen from one series I've collected. You'll see I have got one series where I've got more than this, but I think 4 does tend to be the average I've got from a series, especially from some of the older ones. So start here. This is the Vampire Knight, probably my favourite one from this series out of the ones I got. I just think his face print is really cool. Helmet and the like the blue flame coming out the top. This armour piece is really nice and detailed, as you can see it, and the dual moulded legs also had a nice touch. Also, taking off the armour, it is still just a really nice generic torso print for any of the knights. And because there's no like blue skin showing, you can just remove these hands, and then you could use these as any just a generic knight if you wanted not to be the ghost. But I think the ghost looks really cool. Next we got the pizza guy. I used to quite like some of these costume ones, as you'll see. I did get quite a few of the costume ones at some times. I have kind of gone off them a little bit as I've got older, but I still do think they are quite funny, and I just appreciate them for what they are. As you can see, this is the pizza guy. This piece, which you will see return later in the video for a different minifigure. No torso printing or dual moulded arms or anything, but there is leg printing and side leg printing, which is nice to get. It just looks like these legs could be used on anyone who really works in like an Italian restaurant or something, and then you can just use a different torso or anything. But when put all together, you can't see anything on the torso, so it doesn't really matter that it's not printed. It just would have been a nice little bonus. And his face print also is quite good as well. Next, we've got the shower guy, who's quite a funny minifigure. As you can see, he's got, I don't know if this was a new piece for time, but a shower cap. As you can see, he's got two faces. One face looks like someone's just walked in on him in the shower. As you can see, he's just got a torso. It's just nothing too special. He's got this towel wrapped around him, which is a nice cloth piece, as you can see here, with some ducks printed on the sides. And just altogether, I think it's just a pretty nice, funny minifigure as well. Finally, we have the computer programmer. And this one, first of all, comes with this little drone that looks like she programmed, which I think is really cool. I really like this printed face print here. And then also the handle there, so she can hold it. This minifigure is also really nice. Dual moulded legs with a side leg printing and dual moulded arms as well. As you can see, it looks like she's just got a red jacket that she's tied around her waist. Apparently, I saw somewhere that the numbers on her top spell Lego out of binary. Don't know I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just what I've heard. You've got this hairpiece here, which is really nice. I'm not sure if it was new for the time. And then we've got these two face prints, one where she's looking quite happy, and then one where she's just like still happy but with her mouth closed. I do really like this minifigure, and I think all three of these were really nice, and it just kind of shows the different variety you can get from CMF, where you've got some like medieval minifigures, costume minifigures, minifigures you could just put in your Lego city, and then also some of the funnier minifigures that they do include. So here we've got series 23, I believe. So as you can see, I did miss out minifigures from series 20, 21 and 22, which I do kind of regret, especially series 22. I do really like that series looking back on it, and it is a shame I got none of them. But here are the ones from series 23. Let's start off with the Knight of the Yellow Castle. So this is quite a cool minifigure, as you can see. She's got a face print underneath there. She does have two face prints. And I believe this is supposed to be just a child dressed up as in a knight's costume. Obviously with these smaller leg pieces, as you can see here. It's not supposed to be a full-grown adult. But taking off the head, which also... the head doesn't really look very childish compared to... Actually, it does kind of on this side, but this side you could probably get away with using it on a adult minifigure. But once again, similar to the knight from series 19, this armour piece and torso print are very versatile. You could just use these on your own custom like knight's army, which is quite nice as well, but I like to keep her as the Knight of the Yellow Castle. As you can see, just have a bit of gold coming out kind of nowhere on the helmet, but all the colours blend really well. And this pink plume put on the top is just also really nice. Next we have the turkey costume guy, which I think is one of my favourite costume minifigures I think Lego have done. I really like this back piece here. It's a new mould, and it's one of the few times where they attach it around the legs as opposed to a neck for something on a minifigure's back, which I think is really nice. It does also make me think potentially that if they Lego figure out how to either dual mould or print on this piece, it would look quite good for a peacock costume fan, I think. So yeah, dual moulded legs as well, always a nice touch on minifigures. The custom torso print is just, it's iconic. It's the same one they used on the chicken, but in brown. And just the arms just look so funny, and the fact that you can't pick anything up with them. This is another example of a custom arms use. I believe there is one or two other figures that use custom arms in this video. But yeah, it's just quite nice to have these cool arm pieces that aren't very common on minifigures. Finally, we have the Nutcracker, which I think is maybe my favourite one out of this series, out of the three I've got, obviously. I just think he looks really cool. I really like this hat piece, dual moulded in white and black. His face print looks really nice. The things on the side of his shoulder pads are really nice. Once again, arm printing, dual moulded legs. There is a little bit of side leg printing there, if you can see that. And also he's got a bit of leg printing on the front. Altogether, these are really nice minifigures. And considering most of these minifigures were Christmas themed, obviously there's the Nutcracker, there was obviously some elves. I think it is nice how they did also include some of the non-Christmassy ones as well. So, now we're on series 24, and I only got 2 minifigures from this series. And this was the last collectible minifigure series, numbered series at least, to come in bags, which obviously is very sad, but I kind of do like the boxes. We'll get onto them a bit later when we come around to some of the series boxes, but I'm not the biggest hater of the boxes. So, I'll explain that in a bit. So, start off with the Orc. The Orc was one of my favourite minifigures of last year when it came out. I thought it was I think it was easily the best one out of this series. Maybe this one also could have been the best, but in terms of detail, definitely the best. New jaw piece, which is rubber, and you can see he's got ears welded in as well. The side arm printing of like the orc logo on his arm and these like teeth on his wrists. He's got some scratch marks on this side, which just all look really cool. You can see his torso. You can see he's got his muscles there covered up by this like the straps, and then also the leg printing as well, showing a bit of cloth around his waist, followed by like these spiky toes and the knees. Underneath the torso is also just once again more strap detailing. The face print does look a bit weird when you remove the mouth attachment, as you can see here. But as I say, if you just put the mouth attachment on like so, you can't notice anything really, can you? It just looks like an orc warrior. So yeah, now moving on to the Spaceman, who I really do enjoy collecting the classic space minifigures. And obviously when I saw they were doing the brown minifigure, I was really happy with that. He also comes with a space baby, which you're going to see again later in the video, which I think is really cool. I really like the oxygen tank mould and how everything's all attached. But yeah, there's really not much to say. There's 2 printed parts, but Lego knew when they made this people would buy it, as people love the classic space, and I also got to admit, I do love the classic space minifigures. They all just go so well together, and I think brown was a good next colour to do, as obviously they didn't do it before, and it just looks really good. So, here we've got Series 25. Once again, I only got 3 minifigures from this series, as these were the first ones that came in boxes. Now, this and the Marvel CMF were the 2 boxes which you couldn't scan the QR codes on the bottom. With the space minifigures, you could scan the QR codes on the bottom. And I think it's a real shame that you couldn't scan these ones, because I really like this series. The 2 I wanted the most was the goat and the mushroom. Sadly, I didn't get the mushroom, but I am very happy I did end up getting the goat. I think he is a really cool minifigure. I love the brown hoods, the face print, just the side arm printing, the dual molded legs. It all looks really good. And obviously, you get the Lego goat in a really cheap way. But yeah, so on and there's the Paralympic athlete, which I got as well. I think he's a really nice minifigure. I wasn't planning on getting this one, but obviously I just picked I picked all 3 of these boxes up at random. He is really nice. I really like the leg pieces they used from the prosthetics. They're different to a different type of prosthetic leg that you'll see later in the video. I'll just quickly show it now. Here's another prosthetic leg, and I think they're both good for different reasons. I think obviously as an athlete, I think these legs are the most accurate and make the most sense. Also, he's got his gold medal here. And 2024, as it is 2024, the year that this is being filmed, and the year that this minifigure came out. Gold medal as well. He's got his happy face as he's just celebrated, and then his sweaty face as if he's still running. Finally, from this series, we've got, I believe it's the Harpy. This minifigure is a bit strange, I'm not going to lie. I think the colour scheme is very wild, using purple, pink, light blue, dark blue. The wings are very nice on the back, hairpiece is very nice. I really like these leg pieces, which you're going to see on 3 other figures later in the video. Arm printing, so it has all the things I want to see from a CMF, just everything when put together doesn't look the best. And now, as I said, these minifigures came in boxes, and going forwards, I do think I actually do prefer the boxes from the Space series and the D&D series. That's because there's this app I've got on my phone that allows you to scan the QR code. It's called Bricksearch, if you guys want to download it, but probably most people have downloaded it by now if they like the CMF. And I think it is a lot easier than feeling the bags, scanning the minifigures, because obviously there's human error and people can make mistakes when feeling bags. It's happened to me a few times when I've felt the bag and got the wrong minifigure. But I feel like with the app, there's it's never been incorrect for me, so that's my personal opinion. I prefer the app. But obviously, with this series and the Marvel series where I couldn't scan, I'd much prefer the feel in the bags. But on future series going forward, assuming they don't remove the QR code thing, I'm perfectly happy with the boxes. Here we have the first minifigure series I ever fully completed. So I'm not going to be able to spend as much time on these minifigures, obviously there's a lot more of them. So I'm going to go for a quicker kind of speed review of these. So we'll start with these front 4. And then I'll give you my favourite 3 from the series at the end of this ranking, because this was the first minifigure series I ever completed. I was really happy when I completed it. I think I love the space theme minifigures. They're all just really cool. And so yeah, we'll start here. So here we've got the Robot Butler. I really like this custom leg piece they've got, just as if he was sliding around the spaceship helping people out. The green fishbowl piece that is also really nice. It's the same one they use on Mysterio, and it does kind of magnify his face a bit there. We've got some arm printing as well, which is just classic. Not one of my most favourites, but I feel like with all of these minifigures, they look so much better in person than they do on videos, pictures. So I just think they're all really cool. So yeah, there's the robot butler. Next we have Orion, and he is, well, no spoilers, but spoilers once again, he is one of my favourites. He was also one of the harder ones he took for me to find out, to go to a different shop to get 3 of them because I couldn't find them in the one I wanted. But yeah, he is just so cool. The trans purple, I think if these legs here were dual moulded in this colour and the transparent colour, this would easily be my favourite from the series because you can't really see the detailing on the skirt that well. I think it's a skirt, I don't know what else to call it. But yeah, transparent hair, which is the same hairpiece as this guy here, which is some nice like connection there. And the face print, the glitter as well, just this minifigure is perfect. Easily a 10 out of 10. Next up, we have the imposter. Not like the ones from Among Us, but we've got this one, which is actually a robot. Just looks like a normal guy with an antenna sticking out his head. Come to the back, there's a door. Actually see that he's being controlled by these green little aliens trying to intercept Earth. And I do think this is a really nice one. I really like this curtains hairpiece. And just the subtle hints of like, you can just sort of see like nuts and bolts, and you can kind of see a rim around his face of where he was, where he is, how he's robotic. Once again, one that looks a lot better in person, and I do really like these small aliens. Here we have the alien beetle, which really surprised me of how much I like this minifigure in person compared to pictures. It's really cool moulded head in trans purple and dark blue. These are wing pieces that were previously used on the Ladybird costume minifigure. Also these really cool legs, which are being used once more just to show like a bit of like a mutation of the aliens and how they're not humanoid, or how they're not human. And yeah, just also the torso printing, just all really nice. And all the parts from this figure go so well together. I think it's just really nice. Next up we have the M-Tron Powerlifter. Another great one from the series. Dual molded inside leg printing. It's backpack piece with this really cool like lifting arm. I don't know what it is, but that's just what makes this minifigure so cool, the arm attachment. Also the torso print's quite basic, a nice modern take on M-Tron compared to the old one. It also have this green visor on one side, but I prefer to display them on the yellow one. And also this just classic helmet piece, nothing new, but all the parts once again blend so well together on this figure. Next we have the Blacktron Mutant. Another really cool one, as you can see here. So this is supposed to be like just a generic spaceman Blacktron soldier who has been being mutated by an alien disease or something. As you can see, he uses the weird leg again. This really cool dual arm piece. This is one of the coolest Lego arm pieces I think ever. You're going to see this again on one other minifigure in this video. Just a generic black arm on one side, and then you can see his face there where he's taken over. And also that's covered up, and he's got this really nice little mohawk piece. And also I like how there's no mutation printed on torso, so if you really don't like the lime green, you can swap that out and make it a regular Blacktron soldier. Here is the Space Moonwalker, the Spacewalker. I'm not too sure what this minifigure's called, but this one really surprised me on how much I like this one in person. From the pictures, this was my least favourite one, just because, as I said earlier, it does highly resemble this minifigure, which I showed off at the start of the video. I do sadly think this one's better detailed, which is a shame considering this one came out nearly 10 years ago. As opposed to this one, I just think there's not as much detail, but where this minifigure does win is this back accessory, face print, and helmet piece. Helmet piece I just prefer, the gold, there's a lot more gold showing. Here we've got this backpack, and you can see here the controls allowing it to move. It's got a camera on one side, or a light on one side, like a not magnifying glass, a telescope on the other. And then as you can see here, you've got her underneath her suit, kind of like all wrapped up in a space gear. And I just think this minifigure is so much better than I was ever expecting. And I do think they go quite nicely together. Here's my original favourite from the pictures, but having it in person, this one's not my favourite. I really like the penguin. The penguin is one of the best accessories we're probably going to see in this video. I just think he's really cool. As you can see there with the Ice Planet logo and the visors. The actual minifigure herself isn't that bad, the Ice Planet Explorer, as you can see. I do believe she comes with an alternate hairpiece, if I can try and find that. Yeah, so she does come with an alternate hairpiece. I'm just going to quickly go find that. Okay, well, I couldn't find the hairpiece, but it's like a short red headpiece. It does look quite nice, but I just prefer it with the mask. As you can see, she's got some nice dark blue detailing underneath with her ice spiked shoes. Back face print there, like the Ice Planet logo. I do really like the colours on this minifigure, but I just think it's not the most detailed. Another one that surprised me a lot more than I was expecting was the Space Heroine. The new moulded helmet piece is really nice. As you can see here, the what's it called? The sidearm printing with like the atom on the side with pink and purple dual moulded. This minifigure is dual moulded arms, dual moulded legs, sidearm printing, side leg printing. So in terms of CMF quality, there's not much more you can ask for. The face print is really detailed, double expression, tri-moulded. I believe it's tri-moulded hairpiece with the pink, orange, and blue. The skirt piece, they all just go so well together, and I think also the colours go really nicely. Also, you get the bulldog piece here in like a robotic version with the pink eyes, and I think it looks really cool to have like a robot dog. All really nice like that. Next one, we have probably my least favourite, the UFO costume. I like how he blends in with the base plate, which is something I've not mentioned. Star printing on the base plate is really nice. But yeah, I do quite like how he blends with the base plate quite well. Supposed to potentially being, he's the UFO here in his costume with the green face print, the disc piece, and then everything else just supposed to be like you're not supposed to notice. My favourite bit of the detail on this minifigure is the Earth and Moon, just there on his back. I kind of wish that was on his front, just because it's quite cool, but it is a nice little back detailing. Next we have the Space Nurse, featuring another space baby, as we can see here. We've got the pink one now, we've got a blue one, which I think go really nicely together. She uses Nia from Ninjago's old hairpiece in like a light blue. She's got transparent arms with a sidearm printing, which is all really nice. There's her back printing with a battery on, so she's like she's run out of charge. I really like the face print. It does kind of look a little bit like a pixel face print from Ninjago, as I say, but obviously there's a blue and all that. But I do think this minifigure, the colours go really nice. White and this blue colour go really well together, and also the pink space baby. How can you not love that? Finally, the Alien Tourist, saving one of the best till last. This minifigure is just so cool. The fact that he's got a shirt that says I Heart Earth, it's a Hawaiian shirt, dual moulded shorts, he's got his backpack, he's got this really nice hat. The face print, this minifigure is just amazing. Another 10 out of 10. There's not much to say. I think this is most people's favourite. I think he's probably my second favourite. Speaking of that, I said I'd do my top 3 from this series. Here they are. Third, second, first. The Alien Beetle just surprised me at how much I liked him, and I think he's amazing. Orion, as I said, just a really cool figure with the transparent, but you can't not like the Alien Tourist. He's just awesome. So, that is all of the numbered CMF. So now we're going to go through the licensed ones. I don't really know what order the licensed ones go in, so I'm just going to be kind of just showing them in any random order, or else I might be merging a few of the CMF just together. So, here we have all of my Disney-themed minifigures from the CMFs. So, as you can see here, we have got... so these ones here are from Disney Series 2. I don't have any of Disney Series 1, sadly. So here we've got Mickey and Minnie in their Steamboat Willie appearances. They do come with hats, but I've got no idea where they are. And I do quite like displaying them as just black and white versions of Mickey and Minnie. They both have got dual moulded legs with side leg printing. No printing on the torso, but there's no printing that really should be there. Minnie comes with the skirt, which is really nice, and then they both have the same headpiece. Obviously, Minnie's got eyelashes, as Mickey doesn't. They are both just really well, and they just go really nicely together. Other two, we've got Frozone and Jafar. We're going to do Jafar first. He's really nice. He's got this like cape. He's got this really nice headpiece. Face prints, which are really accurate. He's got just this dress or skirt piece, a dress piece, I don't know what to call it. And then also just a bit of printing on the torso and on the back. Nothing too special. Frozone is one of my favourite CMF minifigures probably ever. I just think he looks really cool. As you can see, just dropped his face print there. Looks really nice and accurate. It just looks like a face he'd pull in a film. His visor is also really nice. Torso and leg printing. Well, torso and legs, just in general, really nice. Dual molded arms, dual molded legs. Like, just really nice torso printing. Just looks really cool. Here we've got some minifigures from the Disney 100 theme. As you can see, here they are, Disney 100, printed on the torso. Mickey, this is one of my favourite Disney. This is my favourite Disney CMF. I think these two are definitely both really good. Then Frozone comes in the third. But yeah, so first of all, Mickey. Just the Sorcerer's Apprentice version of him is just really iconic. Obviously, he's got his hat moulded into him. He's got side leg printing, dual moulded legs. Really nice torso printing. I just think he just looks fabulous in this outfit. Stitch. I love the Stitch minifigure. I've not watched Lilo and Stitch before, but I just saw these arm pieces and I was like, I need to get this minifigure. He is so cool. Not only does he have the arm piece previously used on the Blacktron Mutant, as we can see here, he actually goes an extra step and has printing on all 4 of his arms, which is just amazing. His headpiece returns, obviously, is a different facial expression. And yeah, just really nice, really cool minifigure, just so detailed. The torso is really nice, back torso, you can see his spine. Definitely one of the coolest minifigures in my collection. Here we have the Lego Movie 2 minifigures, as you can see from the CMF. We'll get all the Apocalypse versions out of the way first. So, here we have Apocalyptic Cat Lady. I can't remember her name, I do apologise. So she just looks like a really cool figure, lots of browns, not bracelets, but like wrist straps, like stuff around everywhere. She's got this really angry cat printed on her torso, like so. Hairpiece is really nice. She's got like a bandana. As you can see, she does actually have whiskers on her torso. Face print, don't know if you can see that. But yeah, she just like, this is like the crazy cat lady minifigure, like just like in an apocalypse. You would not want to get on the wrong side of her. Next, we've got the Swamp Monster, who I think is really nice. I do really like this minifigure. The dual molded legs is really nice. The torso print with like the Lego skull there just looks really good. The straps, obviously. His headpiece does sometimes get stuck in it. This piece is really cool, by the way, as well. And then that face print is just creepy. So I think it is best we keep this head attachment on to be safe. Finally, the funniest apocalyptic minifigure I have is Apocalyptic Abraham Lincoln. Just, I don't know why. I'm not complaining. Really nice hat piece with the goggles and the beard. Really nice face prints. I prefer this angry face print. He's got like a skull detailing. He's got some axes on the back with his hat. Sidearm printing. It's just, I don't know why they didn't like, obviously they did the regular Abraham Lincoln in the first Lego Movie series, which I sadly don't have, but the apocalyptic one I think is just really good. Finally, the 2 costume ones. As we say, this is the same piece as what the pizza costume guy used. This guy is so much cooler than this guy. This guy can get out of here. This guy is these two are possibly my favourite 2 costume minifigures. The giraffe, giraffes are really cool. I think this was the first time where I saw a CMF like on like YouTube or something. I was like, I really want this CMF. This was like my most wanted minifigure of the year it came out, and he does not disappoint. The hat piece is just, it's like the size of pretty much the size of his torso and legs. Speaking of torso and legs, side leg printed, dual molded legs, side arm printing. The back print there is also really nice. It uses this really weird colour of yellow, but like I've never seen a minifigure be fully this one colour, but altogether he is just amazing. And I'm just saying, the watermelon, just amazing. Sunglasses, the melon, the printed, the dual molded legs, the dual molded arms. This is just a perfect figure. He's also just really funny as well. Here we've got my Looney Tunes minifigures. Only got 2 from this series. And this is an example of when I misfelt a minifigure. So I went to a shop to buy Roadrunner. I don't know how I made this mistake, but somehow I accidentally got Taz. I think I accidentally felt this piece, thinking it was his arm because it moved. Oh well, that's my mistake. He is still a cool minifigure, but Roadrunner was one of my favourite Looney Tunes characters, so it is a shame I didn't get him. His face piece is really cool though, but not much more printed other than on the toes. Bugs Bunny is classic. I got him from a Lego shop, so obviously that was when they were pre-feeling the bags for you, so obviously I was pretty much guaranteed him. Minimalist printing, but obviously he is really cool. The face print, just there's so much character in the ears and everything. He just is a really cool minifigure. Here we have the Marvel Minifigure Series 2. I never got any of Series 1 because I wasn't really into Marvel when that series came out, but I got into it just in time for Series 2, and I managed, obviously these ones I had to all pick out at random, so I did manage to get Moon Knight, which was the one I wanted the most. The three I wanted the most was Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, and Wolverine. I'm glad I got one, but we'll save him till last, because that is one of my favourite this is one of my favourite minifigures in my entire collection. I know I'm saying that a lot in this video, but this time I actually mean it. He is just so cool. So, we'll start in the order I got them. So we'll start with She-Hulk, as you can see here. Oh, sorry, the camera's not doing a very good job today. As you can see here, really nice minifigure. Dual moulded arms, dual moulded legs, side arm printing, side leg printing. This is the first time I ever got this hairpiece, and it is a really nice hairpiece. Shame it's in green, but obviously to fit She-Hulk, it has to be green. Her skin's in lime green, which I do think's they could have maybe used a darker green like they use on the Hulk, but I feel like that would have looked a bit dull on this minifigure. The purple printing just looks really good. Although She-Hulk was an absolute wreck of a show, this is one of the coolest CMF minifigures, coolest Marvel minifigures just in general. Next, we'll do Beast. Beast is from the X-Men. I'm not that familiar with all of the X-Men. I've only really watched the first X-Men film and the first Deadpool film. I know I do need to watch the others, obviously. Yeah, he is really cool. I prefer to display him, as I don't know much about the character, I prefer to display him with this face print here, the angry one, because obviously he looks a lot more like a beast. I know he's supposed to be like a scientist, which is why he has these glasses, but come on, you've got to display him with the angry face. It just really fits in with the minifigure. As you can see, he's got his like shorts there, followed by the X-Men belt. And this hairpiece is also just really nice as well, dual moulded in 2 different colours. Next we've got Goliath, which is another one I kind of wanted. First of all, we've got the micro-scale Ant-Man, just really cool there. And then on Goliath, just in general, he's got a really nice helmet piece, really nice face print, side art, like leg printing, arm print, like the Marvel CMF, both of them are got some of the most detailed Marvel figures, or even just Lego figures in general. They all just have got such good quality on them. They all just look amazing with all their printing. Then we've got Echo, which is another nice figure. I've not watched the show. I don't really care for watching this show, but a really nice minifigure. The side leg is pretty cool with prosthetic. Obviously, it's a bit different to the one we saw, but it's also a lot more detailed because it's dual molded and it's still got printing on it. Side leg print on this one, dual molded arms, side arm printing. It's also cool. As also you can see there's print on the back of her hair, angry face print like so, and just all really nice. Finally, Moon Knight, perfect figure. It's just perfect. He was my favourite minifigure of last year, if you would have seen that video when it came out. It's probably my 3rd video I uploaded ago because, well, I've not uploaded in a while, but it doesn't matter. So as you can see, yeah, got the arm printing, leg printing. It's just so detailed. Also, the face print, the new hood. Come around to the side, we've got his other face, which I don't really display him on because why would you display him on that when you can just display him as this? Because this is just perfect. The cape, lovely spongy material. And yeah, just got the crescent in the moon, just all really good. Finally, I bet you're all fed up of me talking now, but we have the last minifigure in the collection. Most recent one, I got this minifigure yesterday, time of recording, and that is the new bird minifigure from the D&D series. And this one also comes with a nice little dog as well, which I do think is quite nice. But yeah, so originally I wanted to get the dragon one from the D&D series. I went to the shop where they sell them, scanned all of the minifigures they had using the app I told you about earlier. They didn't have the dragon, so this is my second favourite. I'm like, the head's cool, the wings are really cool. I'm glad they used these wings as opposed to these wings, because although these wings are cool, these ones are just so much more detailed, just really cool. Bird head is also really cool, looks like a bit like an eagle. The torso is just, once again, I know I keep saying this, and I'm probably getting really repetitive, but really detailed. And once again, these legs. I've gotten 4 minifigures this year that use these legs. And this is the first time I've ever gotten these legs this year, and they are really cool. They go back all the way, but don't go forward all the way, which I'm not the biggest fan of, because, like, yeah, so it just can't go any more forward than that. But, yeah. Also, this one comes with a bit of rock detailing on the plate. Okay, so yeah, and now I'm going to do is I'm going to round off the video by showing you my 5 favourite CMF minifigures, full stop. So it's time to make a big decision on which ones are my favourite. So these are my 5 favourite CMF minifigures that I think I own. I've tried to pick a nice variety of licensed and non-licensed. We've got the 2 non-licensed here. These minifigures are just amazing. Easily the best out of their series with all their detailing. Moon Knight, who I've gone off about enough now, but if you have him, you understand the hype. The Watermelon, just because I think he's the best costume figure. Sadly, mine has got a bit faded. And Stitch as well. Once again, just a really cool minifigure. So, thank you very much for watching the video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.